Yahoo! Hello, hello. Um, it is I, your favorite leafy boy, Avery, again, and we are back with another honkaistarrail stream. After last week's little break, um, yeah, so about that, my human did go on a weekend trip, and because of that, well, should we just chat a little? Maybe. I'm going to. You know what? If we are chatting a little bit before starting the story, that's not what I wanted to do. I do have some stuff that I can still farm for our characters, so we are going into not Cavern of Corrosion, not Crimson Calyxes. That's where it is. We are going in and farming for our characters because that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I've been farming and building characters, so that's what we are going to be doing. And why didn't I do this one? I have no idea what is happening right now, but that is okay. So, let's talk about a little bit of stuff here, because I do have some stuff that I want to talk about, and I think for now I'm going to take master volume down to 1 and hope, like, adjust this a little just to not have that as like a distraction for us right now. But yeah, I have been MIA for a bit. As I said before, my human did go on a weekend trip last weekend, and because of that, wait, and because of that, it was like fine. It was really well, actually, the trip was very good, but it was really tiring, and I felt like I wouldn't have been like very entertaining if we did that back then, or if we did go live back then. And because of that, we took a little break. That's it. That's most of the story. Um, from that angle. From the other angle, I have been quite stressed. It's been quite a while since I last released a video. And I have been wanting to make content and do videos and stuff more frequently, more often, whatever you want to say, or whatever you want to call it. However, wanting to do something and actually doing it is two very different things. I have been procrastinating a lot, namely, well, it was kind of because of fear, as well as I have no idea what I'm doing here. Yapping and playing at the same times on manual, like, it's kind of giving me a hard time here, but I will try my best. So I have been very stressed about content because I do want to make content. I do enjoy making content, but it's like, yeah, as I said, I've been procrastinating it for quite a long time actually. Like, I believe my last video was released back in April. And apart from that, I had like 2 shorts in the last month published. Is it a bad thing? No, not necessarily. However, it does mean that I do not have as much of a reach to an audience as I would love to, and because of that, no new people finding the channel and no new people subscribing to the channel to grow the community that I wanted to grow. And that does take a toll on me because it's something that I do enjoy. Like, content creation was something that I was very passionate and interested in for quite a while now. And doing even this was a huge step. Like, starting to stream was a huge step for me. Even though it's like anyone can do this. Anyone can sit down in front of the computer and talk into a microphone and do, well, this. Live streaming is not hard, but doing it well is hard. And, well, yes, I cannot be sure if it's for me if I'm not doing it and, you know, reaching an audience that can actually send me some feedback on the things that I do, right or wrong. We do have 3 minutes here. So yeah, that was, so that's kind of how do I say it, demotivating when you are trying to create content and you want to become content creator and create a community that you would love to, you know, hang out with, help other people connect with. I did start content creation because for a really long time I have been quite, how do I say this, troubled, maybe is a good way to say it. Like, I had some problems, mental health, thankfully not physical health, but I had some mental health problems. I still have some. It's the thing, you know, like, you are, once you have them, it's not easy to actually navigate and heal from them. But yeah, for a really long time, content creators, streamers, and like people that I look up to were, you know, creators, VTubers. In the last 4 to 5 years is when I like discovered VTubing, and it was such a joy to find. It's such a beautiful and colorful, like, group of people and content that I found, and I found so much joy in it. And seeing communities form like that was something that I always wanted to do. It's something that I do aspire to do. And I know it might be a little cliche, but yeah, I want to give back to the community that gave me so much joy and felt like I was not alone when times were hard. I did go on a rant here. So sorry about that. But yeah, because of that, because that is my goal. It's hard for me to look at the screen and, you know, data analytics are a thing that YouTube does, and it's not always pretty, especially if you are a small content creator. And seeing that I haven't really grown much, even though I've been doing this for more than a year. It was very stressful for me. It got into my head. I did have a really hard week as well last week. So it was a culmination of quite a few things there, where I was just very stressed, very, you know, out of it, very tired. Also, the heat is creeping in. Summer is doing its thing. It's becoming very, very hot. And because of that, I was very, very, you know, jumpy is not the right word. I was very grumpy already. And then the whole thing that sparked like a meltdown for me. Like, I did have a full on meltdown. I was breaking down because I had a plan for last week. Since I knew I was going to uh take a little break because my human went on a weekend trip, I knew there was not going to be a library. And because of that, I wanted to release a video at least. And what I did was, I did post like two shorts, like 2 weeks apart. But what I wanted to do is, those two shorts are a part of a bigger video. And it's a bigger project than I thought it was going to be, because it's about the Caceres polls that we did on the anniversary, or before the anniversary live stream. And it was very fun. It was a very fun thing. It was a very nice, you know, surprise that the game gave us with our Caceres polls, because again, we got E1 Caceres, which is not necessarily the biggest thing ever. Caceres, not necessarily the biggest thing ever, but it was a double 50-50 win back to back, like literally one after the other. And that was like the luckiest we got during our like gaming sessions that we did before. So I did want to make that into a bigger video, like a part of a bigger video where I showcased the finished build of Casteris and also My Day, because My Day was also a very lucky, very very early pull for us that I did not actually record. I did pull for him offline because I wanted to like just do like 2 or 3 temples to get like a few eidolons for a 4-star. I'm not quite sure who it was, but I think it was Pela, maybe, on the banner. Anyways, side tangent. I did want to go over the whole thing, and yeah, it became a bigger project than I anticipated. And I was trying to edit, and I realized that it's not going to be very easy. It's not just going to be like here's the thing. Here's the thing. We put it together and okay, let's go. We are good to go. No, it was not like that at all. Um, yeah, it's taking a lot more work, and I'm still going to try and do it. However, I did realize how echoey and weird my audio can sound, especially now that summer is coming up. I did have like a small fan going under the desk to try and help my PC cool off a little more. And so my, you know, PC does not overheat and shut down in the middle of a stream. And it was very, very noticeable. Like the humming in the background, very noticeable. The echoey, like the echoey. I'm tripping on my words. Sorry about that. But like, yeah, my room is very echoey as well. And because of that, like, it's probably very echoey right now too, because I still didn't do much, soundproofing on on my room where I stream from. But I do want to get into it more. Like I do want to upgrade some stuff so that I can bring you a little higher quality content in the future. And I was like, yeah, because of all these things happening at the same time with the heat and my tiredness and like the stress from the week I had before, I had like a really bad mental breakdown, and I was questioning myself if I even wanted to do anything like this. Like even if like even I was even questioning if I wanted to pursue streaming in the future. Like I was seriously thinking about content creation and streaming as not just a hobby but as a career as well, because for now I am only doing this as a hobby, as much as I would love to say that. And I love saying that because I'm trying to like lower my own expectations over the things that I do. Because you might think that, oh, the haters are going to break you down. Oh, I don't know, someone leaving a dislike on your videos or shorts is going to break you down. Getting negative comments is going to bring you down. I don't even have a proper audience to reach even people who might be hating me in the future. So, like, yeah, it's not the best feeling. It's kind of, unnerving. And as much as I would love to say that I'm doing this as a hobby, I'm taking this way too seriously for it to be considered a hobby. But at the same time, I'm not putting in enough effort to actually, you know, better my content, learn more about stuff, learn more about OBS, learn more about recording. I am really enjoying editing. Like editing is really fun. It might take a lot of time sometimes, especially when I'm trying to do something cool, something new, something, fun in the edits. But at the same time, it's like very rewarding because if I can do it, I can feel accomplishment in that as well. So yeah, I do enjoy content creation, and I do love doing streaming. But I have been thinking, and I'm going to be thinking very hard about the future of the channel. Because right now, what I feel like is I do enjoy honkaistarrail. I do enjoy the story that I'm seeing. I do enjoy playing. I do enjoy the characters as well. But the experience is very weird for me because I'm trying to be very, well, not very entertaining, but I'm trying to be like at least a little entertaining so that you can just watch me and, you know, do not feel awkward while I'm talking. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's like a work in progress. However, if I want to commentate the story, you cannot hear the story. You like it's kind of a weird balance that I have to find with the story-based games. Where it's like if the story is happening, I don't want to talk over it. So I have to find a place where I can yap about the story, where I can just like share my thoughts about the thing that just happened, about the stuff that we witnessed and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's kind of weird because I'm looking at the things, I'm experiencing the things, but I'm thinking like two steps ahead. Like, oh, I should say this about this and do this after this. And like, it's kind of weird. I have watched a content creator make a video about this, about how streamers and content creators experience games and gaming in general very differently. And some people do this very naturally. Some people find like the middle ground with everything very well, very naturally. Some of you might have seen me do this for a while now, and I do not feel like I am natural at this. Like it's kind of hard for me to do it. It's kind of, you know, I have no idea where I was going with that sentence. But yeah, it does not come naturally to me. So I am still learning and still trying to experience things as they go on and learn from my experiences as they happen. But I've been thinking, and we might go like away from a lot of story-based games, or at least story-based games like Honkai Star Rail and other like live service games, because I as much as I enjoy streaming the game, it kind of takes away from my enjoyment of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's like a food for thought for future Avery, where I want to find other games that we would be able to play and have fun with. And like, I know a lot of building games and like farming games or simulation games can be popular, and I did find some cozy and comfy games that we could play. But I have no idea how to schedule yet because, you know, my human has a very weird schedule. And also, it's the summer, so yeah, vacation is going to happen next week. Next week is going to be another weekend trip, so we will probably not be streaming. However, no promises here. I will try to find a way to solve some audio issues in the editing for videos. And I will try to do the thing. Sorry about that. I will try to do the thing that I wanted to do last week for the weekend trip and release 2 videos and a YouTube short. 2 videos because I did want to release the Kesseris video and the anniversary luck short on, like, yeah, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday releases. Wednesday release would have been the Kesseris video. Friday release would have been the actual short for the anniversary luck, which we did, or I did release on Friday. And then the Sunday video was supposed to be like a surprise. A little something something. But I'm, well, if you are like eagle-eyed and took a peek on my summoning banner screen when I accidentally opened it, yeah, we did do a little polling and I did record it this time. So that's going to be the plan for next week. However, with a different short, because I did release the short that I did last weekend. So, today, on Sunday, or regular on like regular schedule, we are streaming, and I do want to get through the Penacony arc till the end today. And then next week, I will try my best to find some solutions to the audio problem and like make it as decent as I can. But I do not want to like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Promise. I do not want to promise anything that I cannot achieve. So I'm going to try to look for a solution and make it a little more palatable than I found it when I was trying to edit it and crashed on it. Crashed and burned. So yeah, next week, another no library week, but I will try to do the double update with the videos on Wednesday and Sunday with a short between on Friday. We'll try and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've been very stressed about this, and I think I'm going to be continuing to be stressed about this. Sadly, that's just something that I have to deal with and learn how to let go while I'm doing my own thing. But yeah, that's like short-term goals for me right now. And then we are going to be having 2 weekends, at least 2 weekends in July as well, where I will not be able to stream because I'm away. My human is away on vacation. So yeah, that's going to be a thing, and it's going to be future Avery's problem to solve the content drought so that the algorithm does not forget about us. So yeah, it was nice to talk about stuff like this because most of the time I'm just like, let's do this. Let's, because I do feel like I'm lagging behind on the story because Amphoreus is already ending. Like, next patch, I didn't even watch the special program because I do not want spoilers on the story quest. But next patch, Amphoreus is basically ending already. If this, like the small things that I've seen are true, like we are way too deep into Amphoreus' story, and we are still only finishing Penacony now. So I do feel like we are lagging behind. And I know, like, enjoy the story at your own pace is like a thing, and I don't want to rush through everything. But at the same time, I do want to see how the Penacony arc is going to play out, because I've heard very good things about it, and I also heard very bad things about it, and I'm not really sure what to expect at this point. But yeah, we are going to be having a collaboration with Fate Stay Night as well. Is it Fate Stay Night? I think it. I don't want to say something stupid, but I might have just done that. Let me look this up. Uh, yes, it is Fate Stay Night. So we are going to be getting an archer for free, basically everyone. And from what I saw, we do have a chance to get his signature light cone as well. And then we are going to be getting another character. I'm not into Fate Stay Night, so I'm bad with names. Saber. We are going to be getting Saber as a 5-star destruction unit. To be honest, I know Fate Stay Night is a huge franchise. I know a lot of people are excited about it. I never watched it or played it. I have no idea. I think it's an anime, right? Yeah, I think it's an anime. But yeah, I never really, like, I know Fate Stay Night is a thing, but I never really interacted with the content before, so I am not really like hugely excited about the characters coming. So we might be skipping Saber, but I am excited for Finon. So we are going to be, well, I am going to be trying to, save up on my wishes, not wishes, the special passes, and hope to get Finon and maybe his light cone as well. Because one, he is a beautiful, beautiful man. Two, he seems to be very strong from what little I have seen. And we can like expect. But yeah, he seems to be very strong. And if we are only going through like the past characters who have been released, like characters are getting stronger and stronger every patch with every release. So yeah, I do want to get Finon, and I do not really care about the Fate collab, which is like something blasphemous for a lot of people probably, but yeah. It's just me. I'm not too excited about them. But anyways, um oh, we are already level 50, or at least close to level 50 here. That's nice. So we are getting a lot of credit here. And another wishful resin, which is going to be good for us. Let's go. So that was that. That was a whole yapping session. Longer than half an hour. Jeez. But yeah, we do have two thingies, events that I have to go through in the next 4 days, probably. And we will probably get a lot of jades from them, or at least enough for me to save up for Finon and maybe his light bone as well. And we do have some stuff with Divergent Universe is going to refresh as well. We still have the aptitude showcases to do, so that's some more jades. And pure fiction and stuff, MOC and game content are also going to be reset. Well, at least MOC is definitely going to reset by the time Finon is released. So yeah, that's 800 stellar jades if I can complete it. Again. And I do have simulated universe and such still quite underdeveloped, so yeah, I still have room to grow and farm more jades for Finon and other characters in the future. So yeah, I hope I did talk about everything that I wanted to talk about. And now I do want to return to the story and actually try to finish it.
Misery and bliss, the same no matter where you go.
So let's talk with our companions here and see what we can do to help Miss Tingyun and Sunday as well. Can we talk to you?
Where are you planning to go next?
Could you give me some time to think about it?
I'm glad we did that. 'Cause I do want to. I totally forgot that I lowered the audio volume. Music is a little too loud, so I will put it down to 2. Voices, 6 should be fine. And master volume on 5. Maybe 7 if we are keeping the master volume on 5. Music is not too important, so I will take it down to 1. Sound effects, fine, okay. I'm so glad we talked to Sunday and Mr. Vel, because yeah, I needed to, like, I totally forgot that I changed the volume while I was yapping.
Shall we keep going then?
Yes. What are we doing here again? That would be very in character right now for me, because I totally forgot where we ended up. I know we did realize that there's something wrong with Tingyun, but I'm not sure where we are going now. So where are we going?
Did you forget already?
Yes,
Miss
sorry,
Tingyun is
March.
going back to the Alliance, so we're here to help her pick out souvenirs.
Ah, okay. I got you.
I'm not too familiar with this planet.
Mm-mm.
I'm
That's okay.
worried an unscrupulous cutthroat merchant will try to take advantage of me. Luckily, the people I want to buy these gifts for are friends you already know on the Xianzhou. So I'll be counting on both your stakeholder intuitions for recommendations.
Sorry, that was my mug. I did have like a packet of instant coffee, and I did make it before the stream because I felt very tired. I had a long week. So I did feel very tired, but I do want to finish Penacony today. So let's go.
As if a merchant could seriously take advantage of you.
Yeah, that would be very embarrassing for Tingyun if that actually happened.
Oh, I already picked up a few gifts earlier,
Mm-mm.
so that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time, so we'd better not drag our feet.
Where are you,
Could you give me some time to think about it?
Yes. Excuse me. I do not want to get, like... We're not going down here, we're going up. A new sticker, yes. And it's Misha! Let's go. I love Misha. Misha is my baby boy. I love him so much. Yes, we're going up here. But yeah, so we are going shopping with Tingyun. Or Fugue right now. Because she is already in her new form. And we are going shopping. Let's go. Shop assistant.
Welcome. How can I help you?
We would like to buy
Hello
something.
there. It's my first time visiting the Dreamscape, so I wanted to buy some local specialties as souvenirs for my friends back home. My 2 friends here are more familiar with the Dreamscape and recommended
Yes,
your
it
shop,
is true.
so I'm here to take a look.
Why, you really know how to flatter. Go ahead. Browse all you like.
I don't know if I talked about this, but the Fugue character, like, I know it's Tingyun, but I didn't want to say skin because it's basically a whole new form and whole new character. But Fugue, design-wise, is so very beautiful. Like, she's so pretty.
First we have Lady Fu Xuan of the Divination Commission.
Yes.
What do you think best suits her?
Wushuan, Brother Hanu Launcher. I mean, she is kind of aggressive, so... But maybe a Clocky... No, Clocky Eye Mask would be for Jingyuan. Because he likes to sleep, so yeah. Unicycler, not really, so I'm going with the launcher. Because it's
Lady
funny.
Fu Xuan has such refined taste. The Xianzhou really has changed a lot in the time I've been asleep. Let's go with your suggestion. Next is General Jingyuan.
Oh no, I thought the choices were going to be the same. Some Penacony shares, Dreamjoy memoir, film reel, sent him a division of elite fighters. That sounds awesome, but I don't think he would appreciate it. So let's do the film reel.
Come to Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the history of the planet of festivities. I think the general will like this gift.
Yeah, I think we like. I don't know how, if it even like influences the story, but we should have gone with the Clocky mask, eye mask. I thought it was going to be the same, and we can like get it for Jingyuan.
Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy Commission.
Oh, bye, Lou.
She loves excitement.
Yeah, and she loves to ruin my 50/50s as well, but I mean, she did bring us 2 early 5 stars in exchange for ruining our 50/50, so it's a love-hate relationship with Bailu. Soul Glad Syrup, Hamster Boil Night Hair Clip, Palovian Wings Accessory. That would be cute, but I don't think Bailu would love them with the horns. So, Hamster Ball Night Hair Clip might be useful because, you know, she is a doctor and her hair might be in the way. Syrup, though, like, she might be able to use it in a medicine. Maybe? Maybe? Let's go with syrup.
That's a good idea. It might be commonplace, but it's still the specialty of Penacony.
Yeah.
It would make for an ideal gift to bring home. That's all of them. Please wrap them up for me. Thanks to both your help, everything went smoother than I expected. And it looks like we still have some time to spare.
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah,
But
memory
Penacony's
bubbles.
dream bubbles are extraordinary. Even if we don't get them as gifts, we can keep them as souvenirs for ourselves.
That's true.
A souvenir for myself. That's definitely an idea I can get behind. But there's one more thing I wish to do.
And what is
Since
that?
this is our last stop, could I have a word with you two in private?
Yes, definitely.
Perhaps somewhere more secluded. I'd like to discuss a personal matter.
Aw, Tingyun. It's okay. Somewhere secluded, like 10 meters
step
away.
now.
This is a good spot.
If you say so. Miss Tingyun.
Miss Tingyun, what's this about?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these
She's so
past few
pretty.
days. I'm truly grateful and can't thank you enough.
Aw, Miss Tingyun.
But there are some things I find difficult to forget. I feel it's only right that I tell you what's on my mind before we part ways.
Is this about Fentilia? It's probably about the Fentilia thing.
Do you two still remember what it was like when you first saw me?
Yeah, cause it is Tingyun, but not at the same time. Like, I forgot. I forgot. This is kind of sad. Not kind of. It is very sad.
How could we forget? He was so shocked. He was frozen in place when he shouted.
Tingyun, how? Fentilia, how? Sparkle, how? I mean, that would be very interesting, but it was not Sparkle.
Exactly. And that's precisely why I haven't been able to shake off this strange feeling in the days since I started traveling with you. When I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this first encounter was actually a long-awaited reunion for you.
I mean, yes, because you did lose some of your memories. And she probably did not remember us, but we did remember her. How could we forget? Like, she was helping us with the Cienjo basically the whole time, even if it was Pantilia actually. Well, I don't remember, and I didn't do the Trailblaze mission or continuance missions, so I'm not really sure if we get an answer to the Tingyun Fentilia debacle. Like, was it Fentilia the whole time, or was it Tingyun and then Fentilia? Like, yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. We might have gotten an answer to that, but for now, yeah, mostly it was a long-awaited reunion for us. Like, that's That's a very nice way to say it.
I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got to admit that Fantilia's disguise was so perfect, it was like another me tricking everyone.
Oh wait, it might have been Fantilia the whole time, but Tingyun was kind of aware, even though Fantilia took over. You know, kind of like I am like gesticulating. Is that a word? Is that an actual English word, or am I just tripping right now? I was doing like hand motions trying to prove my point, then I remembered that you cannot see me. But yeah. Yeah, it was probably like Tingyun does remember some things, but she is saying that Fantilia's disguise was so perfect. Like it might have been Fantilia from the start, but Tingyun was aware of the whole situation but couldn't do anything because Fantilia was way too strong.
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you were replaced by Fantilia. I figured it happened when we were after Kafka. You vanished for a while.
That's
I
true.
thought you must have come back as a double.
Tingyun.
But it was much earlier than that.
But yeah, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, so this is where we get to know Tingyun's side of the story.
That thought has me filled with sorrow. As if a piece of my life had been stolen away, and I had no part in it.
Yeah, it probably sucks.
That's
What? What do you mean? Okay. Okay, that's not great. I'm going to go to the starting soon page here. Uh, what just happened? Unity popped up. And it threw me out of the game. Like it force exited the game. Did we lose? Oh no, we lost. We lost the whole thing. Oh no. Do we have to go through the whole thing again? That is very unfortunate.
This is a good spot.
Miss Tingyun, what's this about?
Okay. It didn't restart the whole quest. Wait. Game? Game. Okay. Game is back. So we do have to go through some of it, but not the whole thing. Thankfully. I did almost get like a small heart attack there. Like that was very stressful. I thought we lost everything, but yeah, let's go. I'm going to try and go through this, power through this
You've looked out for me during our, but there are some
until
you
the
two
part
still...
where
How could we forget?
got thrown out. King and how?
Exactly. And that's when I asked for your names.
Sorry, Miss
I've heard
Tingyan.
about
We
what
we
happened.
have already
Yeah,
heard this
we
part.
couldn't even. I figured it happened when we.
Yes.
But that
Yes?
thought has me filled with... That's what I've been puzzled about, too. I never actually saw how Fantilia managed to disguise herself as me.
Yes, this was the part where Unity said, "No, you don't." But yeah, Miss Tingyan, go on.
What was your impression of that Tingyun, if you recall?
A bit calculating. I was talking about how I'm kind of like not very like trusting for her. She was a bit too calculating, and now we know because it was Pantilia and not Tingyun.
That part is true. I'm always calculating when it comes to business, but never with people. So, what did she seem like to you?
A potential emanator of destruction. No, a shrewd merchant is a really good way to put it.
I'll just assume that's a compliment. Maybe next time you could just say silver-tongued.
Silver-tongued, yes.
Was there anything particularly memorable?
High EQ, extremely flexible. Is this about the neck thing? That was very uncomfortable and very shocking. Even though I have seen it before, like it was kind of a ruin thing because I have been spoiled on that. But yeah. March did say you were bossy, so
Hey, no tattling!
she's asking for our opinion, March. I'm sure she would love to hear this as well.
Now the final question. In your eyes, am I just like the Tingyun you remember?
No. Yes, no, not important. Interesting. She is different from the Tingyun that I remember, but I do not have like the greatest memory out there. No. If I say no, I would deny her. But then again, it wasn't her but Pantilia. And it's not important because we did think, or we did make like a friendship with Tingyun as an individual, and then later found out it was Ventilia. But now that we can meet her as her self, true self. So now that we can meet her as her true self, it's not important how the old Tingyun slash Ventilia was. It's not important
Wait,
because we can meet her.
don't you find that question a bit weird? You're the real Tingyun. Why compare yourself to an imposter?
Oh, Miss March, you might have the wrong idea. I'm just feeling a mix of regret and relief.
I mean, it's understandable because we are supposed to be like at least friendly, not necessarily friends. And for her to not actually have been present, it's regretful. But now she's here and we can make new memories and we can make an actual connection. So, yeah, I think that's why it's important that, well, that's why the not important answer is a good one. Because I do not want to deny that we did have a connection with Tingyun, but we can have a new connection with this Tingyun.
Uh-huh.
As a merchant, staying well informed is crucial. It's only natural for me to stay updated on the events of the Lawfu before I return. If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help. Instead, I would have postponed the trip and sought assistance from allies, but in that case...
We wouldn't have crossed paths.
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning.
Yeah, she was.
Her demeanor mirrored mine so closely that it felt like she was living my life for a few days, rather than merely disguising herself.
Yeah.
I regret missing out on your Xianzhou journey. But everything that unfolded afterward, aside from the scheming, played out exactly as if I'd been there. This leads me to consider another possibility. Phantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always gets even.
Oh?
I will not be taken advantage of. I must take something back from her as well. But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be considered equal value is the bond I have with all of you.
Aw, okay. That's kind of sweet.
That thought has brought me great comfort. And now I know how to speak to you properly. We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as before. I should have treated you with respect, but fear of Phantilia made me act like somebody else.
Yeah, that is a very tricky part to navigate, I think. Like, I don't know how I would be acting if something like that happened to me.
And now, I will reclaim everything I have lost.
Aw.
And it should begin with a proper acknowledgement. Dear benefactors, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you.
There it is. It's time to rethink how you see yourself. Yeah, but I do not want to be rude to her, so you are welcome.
Looks like we're off to a good start. Moving forward, I'll definitely be trying more things like this from now on.
Introspection is a good thing, and like putting things into perspective is something that everyone can benefit from, and even merchants, especially merchants. Like that's a good thing to be aware of.
And you, my dear benefactors, will be my source of courage.
Aw, that's very sweet.
Miss Tingyun, that's way too over the top. Just don't make any risky decisions. It might overwhelm him.
We'll see. I just hope the Tingyun in your memories won't be tainted by Phantilia anymore.
Well, thank you for being honest for one. Like this took a lot of courage for her, probably. Aw, that's very sweet.
All right, no more questions. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Let's continue on our way.
That's why we are here. We are here to accompany you. Apparitional return. Investigate the dream bubble at Dr. Edward. Dr.
Welcome to the
Edward?
Dreamscape sales store. Dr. Edward at your service.
Hello, Doctor.
We're looking for some dreams to give as gifts. Something exotic and preferably captivating.
Well, just a friendly reminder. Being too picky won't help you find the best dreams. No. It'll just dampen your spirits ahead of time.
Also, that's a very particular explanation or like set of like pointers, and it can lead to anything. So maybe be a little, I don't know, more thoughtful with those words. March.
That being said, there are always some lucky exceptions. Why, not too long ago I procured a dream bubble that sounds perfect for you. The story unfolds in the Xianzhou Alliance, where a young swordmaster strives to become the sword champion.
Aww.
However, his junior Foxian Sora, who just turned 100, puts him in a tough spot.
Why does that sound oddly familiar?
Since I'm returning to the Xianzhou, I think it's better to choose something unrelated to the Alliance.
Yeah, I was just
Feel
about
free
to
to pick
say
a few
that.
for me.
I was just about to say that. Like, we want to bring her or get her something that, you know, that's more Penacony focused, and a dream about the Xianzhou would be like kind of detrimental when she is returning to there.
I love customers like you. So easy to work with.
So easy to take advantage of, you mean? Just don't pick anything weird, okay?
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift for you, my benefactors.
Oh,
After
was not
troubling you all this
expecting that.
time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my thanks. Here's a dream bubble for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Wow.
aw, that's nice.
That's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Here are the dream bubbles I've prepared for you. Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order. I suppose it's time to head back?
Sure. Tingyun's Dream Bubble. A dream bubble gifted by Tingyun, which records your journeys on the Cienjo. In this dream, the real Tingyun never missed out on meeting you. The future is neither an initial meeting nor a reunion. We have always walked together. That's very sweet.
A dream about eons?
I did see a few things here that I want to collect. That's one new sticker. Gallagher. Yes, nice. And another sticker for the Golden Central Station. Oh. And also,
The fruits of a long journey.
so we do have to go to the Golden Feldspar. Radiant Feldspar. I'm so good with names, guys. I am so good with names.
I can't believe it's time for Miss Tingyun to leave.
Where you go.
I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet.
Well then. Too bad, I guess. Himeko? Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot. She's not voiced here. You're back.
Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain in detail when he gets back. Has the messenger from the Cienjo arrived yet?
Yes, we've been chatting for a while. Turns out she's an old acquaintance of yours. Oh? Yukong!
Long time no see, everyone.
Hello! Yukong.
Madam Yukong?
I've imagined this moment many times.
Aww.
I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word beforehand. But now it seems it was unnecessary.
Aww. They are reunited. Let's go.
Tingyun, I'm here to take you home.
Aww. Oh, Himeko. You two must have a lot to catch up on after being apart for so long. We'll give you some space. That's so sweet.
Madam Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you. What a wonderful surprise.
I wanted to come because, after all, it's you who's coming home.
Yeah, me of all people.
Your body. It's going to be tough from now on, isn't it?
I've already escaped death once. What more could I ask for? Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
Okay, that's sweet. That's some light-hearted banter. Love to see it.
You're still the same, carefree as always. I have a lot I'd like to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a long journey back to the Luofu. Even if we can't completely rid you of the pain, there must be ways to alleviate it on the Xianzhou.
I have no doubt. But since we're alone here, may I ask you one more thing? Do I really have to go back to the Lawfu?
Oh? Okay.
Why? You don't want to?
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. And why did Miss Ron May, who has no ties to the Xianzhou, go out of her way to save me? It seems as if I've become a pawn in someone else's game.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the Yuchua.
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Lawfu and complicate things. I might as well take advantage of this situation.
How so?
Take advantage of the situation? What do you mean?
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance. Moreover, they were created by Fantilia herself.
Okay.
If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of mine can help the Alliance get one step closer to the Xianzhou's enemies.
Interesting. That's a very logical way to go about this. Yeah, it does make sense. She does have a point.
When Ron May visited the Lawfu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. This coincided with when the message sent by the Astral Express arrived. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Fantilia did not intend for you to survive. If utilized strategically, this could give the Alliance an element of surprise.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Fantilia, an emanator of destruction, is probably not going to just let you survive if she wants to use you. So, it makes sense.
If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. But before making any decisions, I want to know what you think. If you wish to go home, I'll support you, no matter what others may say.
Technically, she just said that she might not want to return to the Xianzhou for now.
Then I'm glad. I shall save you the trouble of hearing what those people may say.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it, I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I still want to know. Are you choosing this because it's what you really want?
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. Perhaps it's what people call a blessing in disguise. There is someone who can attest to my true intentions. Please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Who is it?
Is that...
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Tingyuns, each embodying a different aspect of my memories.
Aww.
And one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far. Until now.
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated by something that has deeply mesmerized me. As a fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse.
That's so beautiful, though.
Madame Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary flight for you, but for a certain child, that was her first experience with the sky.
Aww.
Of course I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. Hmm.
You probably still can. Want to give it a try?
I'm afraid you'd be too heavy for me now.
Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the star skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But once you were airborne, you were so nervous that you clung to others for dear life.
This flight was a turning point in my life. The boundless cosmos unfolded before me. I was completely mesmerized, not just by the view, but by a realization. In this world, there
Sorry.
are paths beyond waiting for us to explore. Even though I
Yes?
lacked the talent to pilot the star skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, I still chose to travel around with the Merchant Guild.
Aw.
Even to this day, this thrill still courses through me.
That hasn't changed?
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of no return, exploring the paths that lie beyond. Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your principles as a traveling merchant.
My principles. Forsake what others fight for and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue to uphold my principles,
That's nice.
but now I've also learned that while these merchant principles may apply to humans, they falter in the face of the gods.
Yeah. It is quite different for them.
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor in the war too, weren't you?
Oh, the backstories. Such a heartfelt moment.
In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me that the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity. But, Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Okay. That's an interesting turn that I didn't see happening. Kind of a dangerous thought, really.
Every moment of every day. But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns? If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be that carefree little fox, not caught up in this war.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so cute.
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager, I've become a player in this game.
Wait,
Remember, it's often
what?
the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon, that leave even the best strategists helpless. So, now I'll become a cunning speck of dust, and make those masterminds behind the curtains sneeze a few times.
That's a nice way to put it. And it's a nice, like, direction to take her if you don't want to bring her back to the Xianzhou. Interesting. Very interesting. A moment of silence lingers after that. Departure is often indistinguishable from parting, yet they are the fortune. There are well, but luck never seems to favor everyone. That's one hell of a way to see that I'm such a slow reader. Meanwhile, at Dream's
Is this
Edge,
place also affected by the Order?
we are back to the Dream's Edge. Okay. Um, are we back to the Watchmaker or just to Dream's Edge?
No, I'm just here to bid farewell. I changed my mind along the way. This journey has too many variables, so it shouldn't matter if we add another.
Oh, Robin. Of course, he would love to say goodbye to her sister. What is up with me? Wait, just a second. Sorry, I did like adjust my seat and I realized it's so dark, so I'm going to mute for a while. I'm going to turn on the lights so that I can see. Just a second. We are back, or I am back, but I just realized we have been streaming for more than an hour, almost 1.5. So, do a big stretchy stretch, because that's important, and on shrimp, or like try to straighten your posture as much as you can. Maybe lay down for a bit and like take some rest. And also, it is summer. It is very hot, so don't forget to drink some water and hydrate because hydration is very important. Let's go. Let's say goodbye to Robin.
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck. It seems I can be lucky sometimes.
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go on ahead.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to escape?
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire to use everything to your advantage. But that everything does not include Miss Robin.
That is true. We have seen how much Sunday values his sister. Like Robin is something precious, very precious for him, so he wouldn't take advantage of that.
Thank you.
Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No way.
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a fugitive, no matter the circumstances.
You don't intend to reveal your true identity to her?
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is a farewell. I shouldn't put her at risk for my selfishness.
See? Like this is what I was talking about. He values her so much.
As you wish.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't take this first step.
Okay, but first,
Oh.
Treasure. Robin. Robin, Robin, Robin. Let's go.
I didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
It's nice to meet you, miss. May I know your name?
My name is Wanweek. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
Oh, you're a Dreamweaver. Thank you for all your hard work. You all are the reason the Dreamscape has been able to recover from this crisis.
Aww.
You're too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What brings you here to Dream's Edge?
I'm taking a break. I wanted to find a quiet place to relax. Ideally somewhere where I could see the stars. Before I knew it, I'd walked all the way here.
That makes sense.
I know these stars only exist in the dream, but...
Well, perhaps the dreamscape is not so different from reality. When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. The glimmering lights we see are merely the images of stars from long ago.
That is so true. Yeah.
So, have we ever truly seen a real sky full of stars?
Maybe. Maybe not. But it's enough for us to perceive it to be seen as real. So, yeah.
You're very philosophical, Miss Wanweek. You remind me of someone I know.
And why is that? You may wonder.
Do you work nearby?
No. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early to find a good seat.
A show? Here?
It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. The kind that's better to listen to from afar than watch it performed live.
I see. In that case, the observation deck is a good choice. You can see all of Penacony from here.
Yeah.
Distance can make some things appear more beautiful.
Miss Robin, may I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins?
Of course. You don't have to be so courteous. I should be the one asking. This is Dream's Edge, after all, and the Dreamweavers are its true masters.
Aww. That is very sweet. I am so glad they gave them the chance to say goodbye. Or like, yeah, Robin does not know that it's Sunday, but it's nice to see them reunite in a way that they couldn't before, you know. Okay, my eyes are welling up. My eyes are welling up. I did not expect this. I should have expected this. Like, this is a farewell. I should have. But that is very sweet. It's beautiful.
Still, these stars are unfamiliar to me. I don't don't recognize any of them. And it makes me feel uneasy.
The unknown. The unknown can be a very scary thing. But you will learn how to navigate it.
What makes you feel this way? Is it because the sky is so far away, or because it's the unknown?
Perhaps it's both.
Perhaps.
The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Now the hotel feels quieter than before. It makes me wonder what Penacony's future will be like. I just hope it will not negatively affect you, Miss Robin.
You're too kind. I'll be fine. The disaster was unexpected, but because of it, I was able to witness many pasts and think about many futures.
Yeah, the silver linings. It's always important to see that every disaster, every hardship that you encounter is going to give us or give you something positive in the long run. Like, you will learn how to deal with situations like that. You will learn something that will benefit you in the future, no matter how small and unimportant it may seem.
My only real regret is that I left some things unsaid.
Did the person you wanted to say them to leave?
Yes. He left in such a hurry that I didn't even get the chance to say goodbye.
Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you wanted to say.
But don't you think we should put in some effort when we want to encourage someone?
If you don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to encourage?
It's someone who experienced failure recently and is about to embark on a long journey.
It's Sunday. Of course it's Sunday. They care for each other so much.
There are many such people on Penacony. Failure is like the setting sun to a dream chaser. It's something that happens every day. I believe they all have the willpower to start anew. Especially after receiving a smile from you, Miss Robin.
Aww.
But he's different. He's stronger than most ordinary people, but because of it, people have this misconception. They think that when he falls, he will stand back up faster than anyone else.
Failure is not consistent. It's never going to be the same. Like, sometimes you will need some more time to stand up and get back into the things that you want to achieve. But yeah, it's a very strong misconception about people, especially when you see them and it seems like they have it all together, when in reality no one ever really does. Yeah.
Are you saying that's not true?
It's not. Because before he stands up again, he will hesitate and agonize for ages over whether that is the right course of action.
Failure may be a good thing for someone like that. Being able to reflect on one's actions is a valuable quality to have.
You may be right, but I still hope that he'll never change.
Why is that?
Because I have faith in the person I remember him to be. He may have taken the wrong approach when he failed, but I don't think he had the wrong intentions.
Yeah.
We once stood together at the same starting line, But now it's his turn to fly for the stars. I believe he'll find the right path, even if he has to do it alone.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I have been talking about this, like, throughout the whole quest, but doing the wrong thing for the right reasons, it's still the wrong thing. Sunday wanted to help people, but he chose a way that wasn't necessarily good for them. But he still did it with good intentions. And that's why Robin still believes in him, because she knows that he wanted to help people. Even though a lot of people turned their backs on Sunday and used him as a scapegoat, he does deserve to start over.
We don't have to soar into the sky together, because I know we'll reunite one day, up there in the clouds.
I hope so.
Miss 1 week, may I ask a favor? There's a jigsaw here I'd like to finish before I leave. If I have a Dreamweaver's help, maybe I'll be able to fill in the missing pieces.
A dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best.
Don't worry if you can't find them. Just think of it as us taking a walk together.
That is so sweet.
I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky.
It's
Thank
this
you
one.
anyway. I expect the first jigsaw piece will be a part of the starry sky. As for the other piece, I hope it will symbolize wings.
Let's find those jigsaw pieces and solve the puzzle.
It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today.
Is this...
A scrawled note was left here. May your sky be forever radiant.
It seems familiar.
Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. It's a habit for this profession. They hope to use these blessings as a foundation for the dreamscape.
Aww.
Oh, Miss Robin! I'm a big fan. I don't get to attend every single one of your concerts, but I watch the recordings of each of them at least once.
Aww.
I love all of your songs. Gosh, I wish I could tell the whole world about this.
Thank you for your support. I'll keep doing my best.
That's sweet.
The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair of wings or a decoration made of feathers?
Maybe it's somewhere in between the two. It's a pair of broken wings.
Oh, not the broken wing.
We should keep looking.
It's okay. Let's use this one.
Just as before, a note was placed carefully next to the puzzle, like someone got here a step earlier. May your stage be forever lustrous. One more thing. Staying fit is important, but don't forget to eat well too.
We have enough. Let's go back.
Let's fix up that puzzle. I got so, like, surprised by the jingle that I misspoke. No, this one's like here. I think this is going to be here. Yeah, definitely. And then here. And that's the baby bird. That's the feathers. That's so beautiful. The little bird.
It's done. Have a look.
I do have a feeling that she knows. Like she's feeling the connection. Like I think she knows that she's talking to Sunday. That painting feels like a blessing and also seems to mirror someone's resolve. Even when the broken wings no longer belong to the sky, the direction in which they fall will still be towards the stars.
Soon I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from here, then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
That's beautiful. That's very sweet.
You still couldn't bear to say goodbye in the end. Maybe I'm stronger than you think.
She definitely knows. She definitely knows it was Sunday.
You must try to relax on your long journey. Brother.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. But why did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against her.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want, but I can't?
And we are back to the banter. Oh my gosh, my my suspension of disbelief. No. That made me emotional. Again. Yeah. That was very sweet. Very sad also, but very sweet. I'm sure they will
I don't want
find
to
a
live
way
with
to
regret for the
reunite.
rest of my life either.
Live with regret.
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes. We only have one last stop. But before we leave, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment.
That is very true. Like, Mr. Yang does have those vibes, and he is very responsible, very reliable.
At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for an old friend you never knew, and a notorious fugitive. To trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just passing by. All the while you believe this is the natural course of action?
Helping people in itself is very rewarding, even if it seems counterintuitive or not. No, that's not the right word to use. Even it seems meaningless. Everyone you encounter in your journey is a part of it, no matter how small that part is. And helping someone in need is like part of the course. We are delaying, yes, but at the same time, we are forging connections that can help us move on stronger at the end. At least that's what I think. And we will see how Mr. Well Yang, Mr. Yang. Well, I it's so weird. I address him different every time. But we'll see how Mr. Yang thinks about it as well.
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the watchmaker also made a similar choice.
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, some trailblazing paths will still continue. You can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of what it means to walk this path and will always try their best, no matter the situation. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me. This is my way of the Trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now. I also know that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past, the same way you're doing right here, right now.
That is so beautiful. Like, the way Welt is written, I'm just so enamored by it. Like, it is very beautiful, it is very meaningful, and I do think Welt is the kind of figure, mentor, that the people on the Astral Express need. And especially Sunday right now. That is very, very nice. That is very sweet.
There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
I should have known nothing could escape your keen eyes. Since you already know 1 week's secret, there's no need for me to build up suspense.
He did it. He was using the harmony. That's why the 1 week part, Sunday 1 week, you know, like, and that's why he was so, like, easily using the 1 week name with Robin as well. For a second I was like, wait, like 1 week? But if that's a person, like, she will find out that the person that she met is not the 1 week that is actually 1 week, you know? But yeah, if 1 week did not exist, that makes even more sense. Like, I think those were small hints.
Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale and take our final bow in this farewell performance.
What is this place? Oh, we can go back to Golden Hour through this vent. That's interesting. That's a choice. Let me change expressions here. I think, like, I hope we had enough crying for now. Look at this beautiful cityscape. And the stars. It's very beautiful. It's very meaningful. I like it. Oh my Kokoro. And I think like those shooting stars, I think are like they are shooting stars now, but I think these shooting stars are emulating the Galaxy Rangers that Bootail summoned to help fight against the Order. It's very beautiful. Very shiny. Let's go. Penacony Grand Theater Challenge. I think this lineup is not the greatest for us. Oh, there's a story Sunday as well. But we are looking at the break team. So we would like to have a break team if we are fighting against Sunday. Right? But I just had a fight today with this boss, and some of our team members were just taken out very early, so I think what's the weakness here? Fire, lightning, and imaginary. So I think we are going with this team. Wait. Yeah, we are going with the Caster's team because Gallagher and Maide are going to be our main breakers here, and then Trivi and Caster's at the later part. Will help us.
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry. I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here and believing it to be the morning star guiding me toward the land of the dreams. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family, I finally learned that the light was actually a Stellaron.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands, stretching their arms into the emptiness. Much like how babies also stretch their arms into the air when they are first born. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when they are born, and once when they die. In order to flap my own wings and soar again. I will say goodbye, here, to the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so dull and lifeless.
I see. That explains why something always felt off about your appearance. The halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we reunited.
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens, but that doesn't mean it can't be thrown away. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Wait, so he gave up his halo?
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family. Another reason is to feel pain. A pain like falling from the sky with broken wings that can keep me awake. This is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony and the order and, for the first time in my life, enter the sweet dream as an ordinary person.
That kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, I can see why he would do that. It makes kind of sense.
Is that also how Mr. 1 Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even if he told you. He was born from an accident. One that you're actually quite familiar with. It was that try not to laugh challenge. Quite embarrassing, to be honest.
Oh, the one that happened with Miss Tingyun.
I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Tingyun also divided my fragile self into two.
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite surprising given that you two look nothing alike.
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Over time, those childhood voices grew increasingly faint. Maybe, if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity. Failing to become a better version of yourself.
I mean, who better to talk sense into you than you yourself?
So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Tingyun. I will perform a tuning on myself and return to my complete form.
That's why he said that 1 week is more adept at tuning. Because it was another version of himself. Probably more, like, with more power.
And this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said this was the last stop. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears?
I mean, technically, both of you become one again, so none of you actually disappear.
No. This is a foregone conclusion. But who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin?
Let's see how this goes.
Anticipating this possibility. You've really changed. In the past, you wouldn't have tolerated any noise at all. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey, where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises, much like today. You're not ready at all, are you?
Are we ever ready for change? I do not think so.
I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything. Don't flatter yourself. You can't control anything. But isn't that how it is for most people? My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always bad. Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly dislike you.
Well, that is one way to express yourself.
What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or openly share my dislike of a person. Or my fondness. I want to tell her that I love all her songs. Then go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one who's trapped. Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble, you'll break into pieces when you fall. But I won't become like you. I simply can't. I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principles, such as decorum and stateliness.
I'm not really sure who to root for here, because I understand they are two sides of the same coin, and I see both of the sides, and I understand why they are important to each other. Because, yeah. But at the same time, like, you really want to stay, uptight and like very orderly, and like that's not how change works. Like, you do
As
have
for
to
the
change.
harmony, my stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I once doubted, or even opposed, becomes the force I must rely on in the future, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you. What is this? Leaving your fate entirely up to a coin flip? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over by the Express? Or were you possessed by that IPC gambler? Failure is always the best teacher. To save more lives, you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. The best way to achieve this is through personal experience. You see? I'm already starting to make changes.
True.
Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate. And see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living, in their world. But what if you can't do it? Well, that's out of my hands. It will just prove that I'm still the same person. The person who always disappoints his sister.
And this is very interesting. A very nice way to bring Sunday to the forefront without like actually shoehorning it. Like, he wants to change and he wants to become better for the sake of himself and for the sake of others, especially for his sister. Like, I really enjoy this little part where it's revealed that it was Sunday all along. Like, the duality right there is very, very nice to see. And we see a dragon right here. Okay, let's get to it.
Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. Step into the mortal world. to see how it truly is. Then, be born as a human and die as one.
Let's face
And
this
with my
challenge.
last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching my hands toward the sky. On the planet of festivities, whatever identities I once had, they no longer matter. It's not the gods who answer us, but ourselves from the future. I don't have much to say. But, as it's time to part ways, here's one last piece of advice. When telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details, and above all, don't explain them every time. Never mind. Maybe it's better for you not to joke at all. No objections from me. This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. There will always be people who are sad.
And that's the thing. Like, that's the important message. You have to be the one initiating the change in yourself for it to matter. Because if you want to change because of someone else or something else that's outside of you, one, it's going to be way harder. Two, it's going to be like impossible, almost impossible to keep with it.
Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good,
One must first step back onto the stage.
as expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
It is very hard.
Show me your courage.
It's coming. Riding the west wind. Away we go!
I'm going to give you that, like...
I'll accept your punishment.
As someone who went through and still going
Life is
through
not so fragile.
bettering myself,
Embrace a new life.
it is very true
Darkness with me.
that you are going to be
Disorderly noise.
your biggest enemy in finding changes or making changes in your life, because you get used to something and it's going to be
Echoes of the past, you need not fade away. Follow me to the stars.
All wishes are so feeble. The noise is fading.
boom. I have no idea what I was just saying. Sorry about that.
Noisy.
But yeah, when you want to change, it's going to be very hard for you. That's not... I was not paying attention to how much I was using there.
As you wish.
Noisy.
But yeah, change is scary, no matter what. No matter what happens.
Fury upon you.
Come on, please use it.
Time has come. Let it be revealed. Is it inevitable for me?
See, this is what I was talking about. In the beginning of the stream, it's hard to be entertaining and paying attention to the story at the same time.
It ain't over.
Embrace a new life.
Noisy.
But yeah, as I was saying, when you start working on yourself, you are going to notice the resistance that you are showing to change.
Return to dust.
Because it's hard. Change is very hard and change is very scary. That was it. Okay.
Myself. Departure.
Well, how should I address you now? Mr. Sunday or Mr. 1 Week?
a little humor there. But yeah, as I was saying, as someone who went through it and currently still going through it, if you start working on yourself, or when you start working on yourself, you will notice the resistance that you are showing to change. Because it's hard. It's really hard when you start working on yourself. You will notice it in little things, in big things. Like, I want to do this differently, but I also don't want to do this because I have something that I'm used to. I have something that is already mine, and I have something already that is very comfortable for me, even in the discomfort that it makes me feel. And you do have to embrace that hardship and that discomfort that change will give you, because that's the only way you can change and better yourself and work on yourself in the long run. And that is that was beautifully shown to us through Sunday here. He wants to change, he wants to become better, and he wants to understand why the things he did, even if he was trying to do that with the most positive intentions, weren't the right thing to do. So yeah, like I really like Sunday. I really like Sunday, and not just because he's edgy and he's cool and he's like a troubled bad boy. No, he is very complicated. He's very complex as a character, and he is someone that I can relate to because change is hard. Boy, change is very, very hard. But he's still going through it and still trying his best to achieve it.
Whichever you prefer. He's probably mocking me from inside right now.
That is also true, but sometimes you have to learn to take what you say to yourself with a grain of salt. Like, you cannot let it spiral out of control and become self-hate, because self-hatred is very, very permanent in today. today's society, not to be all philosophical and stuff. But yeah, self-hatred can be a very, very harsh thing to face and go through. And you have to learn how to critique yourself without actually wanting to put yourself down. So yeah, it's kind of funny the way they are phrasing it. It's kind of comedic, but also at the same time very real.
Thank you for accompanying me through all this, Mr. Yang. This farewell journey has come to an end.
What are your plans after leaving Penacony?
At this point, there's no need to hide things from you. I believe there's more to the incident involving the Stellaron on Penacony.
Are you suggesting that the Dream Master wasn't the one controlling the Stellaron?
Don't worry. The Oak family was indeed behind seizing the Stellaron and resurrecting the fallen Eon during the Charmony Festival. And you've already defeated them.
Yes?
But Mr. Gopherwood once told me that all the Order's efforts were aimed at avoiding the same mistakes that the Harmony made. My guess is that the family from the Montour system must be involved. Unfortunately, too much time has passed to verify that. Penacony is just a small territory, and even the family heads with their authority cannot enter the sacred site of the Harmony and inquire about the true will of the Great One. In the worst-case scenario, if Xipe turned a blind eye, how could the strong defending the weak hold up? Mr. Yang, I just want to tell you this. The Harmony has more than one side.
Yeah.
They can be the most steadfast ally of the Astral Express, or the most fearsome enemy.
It is very true. Like, I wouldn't think of it, but as he was like saying it, it really does make sense. It really does make sense for it to be true. Like, Harmony as it stands is a choir of multiple voices, of multiple things working together by definition. And yeah, if there's one small thing, if there's one small dissonance in the whole thing, it can change everything. And it can, like as Sunday was saying, if it turned an eye on Penacony falling to the order that the Harmony has devoured before, what else is it capable of? Very interesting.
Thank you for being honest with me. The efforts of the crew on Penacony were driven by the same concern. After all this, the Harmony and the Preservation will keep the situation on the planet of festivities in balance. With the momentum from the Trailblaze, more forces will arrive and Penacony will become a public space in the cosmos. Freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. I'm glad that Penacony needs it.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Penacony was very high profile. Penacony, oh, better. Pretty. Very much VVIP, very much exclusivity. And the fact that the Trailblaze came here and was allowed to change things to become more accessible, like as Mr. Yang says, freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. It's very nice. It's returning to the root of Penacony as it was before, you know, it became this huge thing.
You and I both strive for a peaceful society, even if our reasons are different. And you've gone even further than I have. If not for our paths, perhaps you and I wouldn't be in opposition.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. We're not fundamentally opposed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have shown me mercy in front of the Dream Master. This shared journey is my way of repaying you. After all, you are one of my trailblazing goals.
That can be taken in various ways, Mr. Yang. I hope you know that. But as he was saying, he believes that every people is a world in themselves, unto themselves, as his name suggests. And helping individual people is something that Wealth wants to do. And if we are going by that logic, Sunday is one of those people. A small smile. Very small. Very delicate, but still a small smile.
About that, you've given me many insights as well. Humans are the measure of everything, and no one is the sole savior. Creating a paradise remains one of my lifelong ambitions. As I move forward, I realize I must build it brick by brick. Therefore, I have a request that I hope you'll consider. While I lack the will to trailblaze, nor can I become a true nameless, I admire your convictions. Perhaps what I need, more than asceticism, is knowledge. Therefore, after leaving Penacony, would you consider letting me come aboard the Astral Express and travel with you for now?
And that's a totally, like, believable way of it happening. Like,
So this is why I brought him here.
yeah, as I was saying, like, it's a very nice way to write this part. Like, it's been more than 2 hours already. So first and foremost, big stretchy stretch. You get some cherry ASMR with it. And drink some water because hydration is very important. Grab a drink. So, as I was saying, it's a very natural way to progress Sunday joining the Astral Express crew with everything we've learned so far about him and his journey on self-discovery. And Trailblaze is basically an all-encompassing path where you can discover new frontiers, where you can discover yourself, if that is the new frontier that you want to, embark on. And with everything that he learned with Wealth and figured out by himself, this is a good next step on his journey of self-discovery and reaching a final goal at the end. So yeah, I do believe like it was a well-written part of the story here. Like, yeah, I do not feel like they just put Sunday onto the Astral Express for the sake of putting Sunday on the Astral Express,
Mr. Sunday wants to join us on the Express. Of course, I can't make that decision alone.
That is very true. Democracy is very much alive on the Astral Express. Everyone has a say in it. Himeko, I will step on up for her. And Danhang, I believe. But you didn't support this idea. You wouldn't. But if you didn't support this idea, you wouldn't have brought him back. Very true, actually. Well, I trust your judgment. If someone is willing to join us on our journey, the express will be open to them. But this time is a bit different. Before making any decision, Avery, I want to hear what you think. I do want to hear everyone's opinion first. But in this battle, you were the one who directly confronted him. Your opinions hold the most weight.
I learned the most valuable lessons from my past opponents. Please, say whatever's on your mind.
You always want to be in control. That is very true. You've disappointed many people. That is also true, but you are a noble person at heart. So, yeah, I like to consider people for their better qualities while actually seeing the person, considering them for their better qualities and the way they can move into a more positive mindset and way of being is very important. So you are a noble person. I can't deny that you always have compassion in your heart, even though we may view things differently. You have an unrealistic ideal. I do not think so. Like, wanting people to live a better life is not unrealistic. It is hard, very hard to achieve, yes, but you do have to have some hope in humanity. Maybe you're too pessimistic about humanity, but the Trailblaze isn't like that. We had to learn to have faith before embarking on this path. You must do the same. We can be friends. You're a worthy adversary. I don't agree with Mr. Yang. I do agree with Mr. Yang, so that's not... I do believe we can be friends. Nothing is for certain anyway. An enemy yesterday may be a friend today. As we have seen with the Stellaron hunters as well. Because they seem to be on an opposing side to us, but at the same time we can work together when necessary. So finally, I'm no longer the newbie. Maybe we should hear everyone else's opinion. I'll have my eye on you at all times. I won't accept this, no matter what is said. No, he can join the Astral Express crew. He deserves it. I do believe he deserves it. I second that.
Well, you did get nerfed after turning into a good guy. So I guess I'm okay too.
I don't know if that's true or not, because he is still one of the best Harmony characters in the game. So yeah, yeah. Anyways,
thank you all for your forgiveness. Perhaps I'll find the answer I'm looking for on this journey. And when that day comes, it'll be farewell. Until then, rest assured that I will do my best to fulfill my duty as your companion.
Looks like we've come to a decision. Remember to keep the conductor in the loop too.
Well, now that our business on Penacony is settled, it's about time we get back on track and prepare for our next warp jump.
Yeah, but let me try contacting Madame Herta again before we set off. She helped us look into Amphoreus. Even though nothing new came up, I should at least let her know we are leaving.
Try?
I tried contacting the space station several times, but I never got any response. Maybe there's a problem with the interterrestrial network. It shouldn't be anything to worry about. What could happen on the Genius's home turf? Even the Antimatter Legion wouldn't stand a chance. For all we know, Madame Herta could be making a move again. Please don't tell me that it's going to auto-start.
No, we're still not quite there.
Herta? What is happening at the space station?
Indeed, this is only a minor ripple that no one will ever notice. So, you must also understand, for a genius, the importance of asking questions outweighs the importance of the answers themselves. So-called magic has its own set of principles. There are no mysteries in this universe that cannot be solved.
What?
So, all-seeing presence, I ask you this. What is divinity?
Wow. Okay, that was very good. That was very cool. I think that was like the Herta. Like,
Nice.
how do I say this? So that was like the trailer, not really trailer, but the introduction of the Herta, like Madame Herta actually. And you have seen all the small Hertas gather into her office with the simulated universe and kind of like summoning the actual Herta, like the Herta, Madame Herta. That was very cool. I really enjoyed that. I was not expecting it to happen or something like that to happen. But that was really cool. And also it was a nice way to end for today because we did reach the end of Penacony. We did get some achievements and let's just go through with them. Apparitional return. This is not yet the end. Please remain silent for a while longer in smiles. Answer Tingyun's final question as she departs. Speak memory. I depart so I can return, and by returning I shall explain my departure. Meet the Cianjo messenger. Yeah, we did meet Yukong. Like, yeah. Let's reflect on this stream through these achievements. We did find out Yuge's or Tingyun's convictions, new convictions throughout this little journey that we had, and we did meet again with Yukong from the Cianjo. And seeing that there is still some trouble in the Cianjo, but Yukong might be, or well, they have a plan, and not Yukong, but Tingyun might be the secret weapon that they need so they can actually get on top of it. Feathers eternal, sky complete. We can cross the night together not because of her brilliance, but because we know each other. Apart from Robin and Sunday's POV. We did finish Sunday's farewell tour. We did meet up with Robin. And we could say goodbye to her in our own way. Like, Sunday did leave without an actual goodbye, but it was enough for him, and while yes, Robin may find it a little, you know, hard, it was very nice. It was very emotional, and it was very sweet to see them interact. And as I was suspecting, Robin knew the whole time that it was indeed Sunday she was talking to. So that was very nice. And then the end of Sunday's journey, a new venture on the eighth dawn. The lost paradise has never been cast behind, it lies ahead. Complete the final farewell in Sunday's POV. We did just that. We did manage to realize, with the help of Mr. Yang, that 1 week was actually Sunday all along.
Nice.
Well, a part of Sunday, or a version that was a possibility for him to become. And we helped Sunday get through those first steps of starting his journey on healing and getting to know himself better, to improve. Because that is a part of the journey that is often said the hardest. And seeing how well it was written, like, at least to me, I think it was very well written. You can see he was still struggling with the idea of becoming
Nice.
something different, maybe something better in the future. But he does seem to have the desire to learn and to not just realize that his actions might have hurt people, but also come to terms with it and move on and move forward in a way that will help not just him but others as well, which is his goal. And so because of that, he did join the Astral Express crew on the journey through the stars. That was a very nice end to the Penacony arc. For now, I think we will probably get back here and experience more things
Nice.
in Penacony, even if it's only an event or maybe in a future storyline, to see how things work out. But it is what it is for today. This is the end. As I said in the beginning of the stream, in the beginning, I have no idea why that just popped into my head and I had to say it out loud, but it happened. But as I said before, next week, my human is taking another weekend trip, and we will not be live streaming on Sunday, most probably. I will try my best to work on content that I have kind of abandoned because of a mental breakdown. But I will try my best to work on them. And even if it's a little faulty, even if it's a little, questionable, I do want to make and create more content. And because of that, I will try to release at least one video next week, probably on Sunday. If anything else fails. But no promises here. I will try to stick to the Wednesday, Friday, Sunday plan that I have talked about. So yeah, this was
Nice.
quite a long stream. Well, it was quite like it's the average time that I usually stream for. But yeah, I was very happy with how they wrapped up the character stories and like the overall story of Penacony with a new venture to the 8th Dawn.
Nice.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's stream as well. And if you did, please do leave a like. If you want to be up to date with the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. And once again, I hope you had a pleasant time. And with that, Avery, out. Bye-bye.
Nice. Nice.